Have you ever wondered why your legs feel heavier, slower, or just weaker, even when you're eating healthy and staying active? What if the real problem isn't what you're missing, but what's already on your plate? In this video, we're uncovering the surprising truth behind 7 popular fruits that could be silently draining your leg strength day by day. Yes, fruits. The very foods we've been told all our lives are good for you. But for seniors, not all fruits are created equal. Some of them, though natural and sweet, can trigger inflammation, spike your blood sugar, and slowly weaken the muscles that help you walk, balance, and stay independent. This isn't fear, it's awareness. And once you know what to look out for, you can make smarter, safer choices that truly support your health. So if you've been feeling aches in your knees, swelling in your calves, or a strange stiffness after meals, don't ignore it. The answer might be closer and simpler than you think. Stick with me to the end, because we're not just pointing out problems. We're giving you practical, senior-friendly solutions. Ready to protect your legs and take back your strength? Then let's get started. Let's begin with one of the most surprising fruits on the list, pineapple. It's sweet, tropical, and often promoted as a natural anti-inflammatory. But for seniors over 60, this golden fruit may be quietly doing more harm than good. You see, pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme known to help reduce inflammation. That sounds helpful, right? The problem is, it's paired with 2 things aging bodies don't handle as well: natural sugar and strong acidity. As we get older, our circulation weakens, and the small vessels in our legs, feet, and joints become more sensitive. Pineapple's natural sugars hit the bloodstream fast, causing quick spikes in blood sugar. That rapid rise can damage those tiny blood vessels over time, limiting oxygen flow to the muscles in your legs. You may start noticing tired calves, stiffness in your knees, or swelling around your ankles, even after a short walk or a quiet day. But there's another issue. Pineapple is acidic. And for those with joint problems or mild arthritis, that acidity can quietly worsen inflammation. You might not connect it right away, but the aching hips, sore knees, or heaviness in your legs could be linked to something as innocent as the fruit on your plate. And if you're taking medications like blood thinners, pineapple's bromelain may interfere, either intensifying the drug's effect or making it too weak. Most seniors have no idea this interaction exists. It's a small detail, but one that matters. Now, this doesn't mean you need to avoid pineapple forever. If you enjoy it occasionally, that's fine. But if you're eating it several times a week, especially in smoothies or fruit salads, it may be time to cut back and see how your body responds. Instead, aim for fruits that are lower in sugar and acidity, ones that support joint health and muscle strength without putting stress on your circulation. We'll cover those options soon. So next time you reach for that bright yellow slice, remember, just because it looks healthy doesn't mean it's right for you now. What once worked for your body might need a second look. And adjusting isn't giving up. It's taking care of yourself in the smartest way possible. Next up, a fruit many believe helps build muscle, but might be quietly draining your leg strength. Ready to find out? Let's keep going. Part 2. Banana. Let's talk about a fruit that most people consider the ultimate muscle helper: bananas. They're soft, sweet, and packed with potassium, right? They're often the go-to snack for athletes, gym goers, and even seniors trying to prevent leg cramps. But what if we told you that bananas might actually be weakening your legs instead of strengthening them? Here's why this matters. While bananas do offer potassium, they also come with a heavy dose of natural sugar and fast-digesting carbohydrates. For a younger body with strong insulin response, that's manageable. But for seniors, whose metabolism and blood sugar control have changed, it's a different story. When you eat a banana, your blood sugar levels can rise quickly. That spike causes your body to release insulin, and over time, if those spikes happen often, the body begins to resist insulin. This insulin resistance is a key factor in chronic inflammation, especially in areas with poor circulation, like your legs. You may notice heaviness in your calves after a meal, a dull ache when walking upstairs, or stiffness in your knees for no clear reason. Sound familiar? It could be your banana habit quietly working against you. And there's another hidden effect. Bananas can increase water retention. For seniors with heart issues or slower kidney function, That can lead to swollen feet, puffy ankles, and uncomfortable joints. It happens slowly, but you feel it. Now, none of this means bananas are bad. It means that your body now responds differently. A food that once gave you energy might now be silently adding stress to your system. So what can you do? First, try cutting back. If you eat bananas daily, start by switching to every other day. Watch how your legs feel. Second, don't eat bananas alone. Pair half a banana with some protein, like Greek yogurt or a boiled egg, to help slow down the sugar spike. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you've been feeling sluggish, swollen, or unusually stiff, your favorite fruit might be playing a part. Up next, a fruit so small and sweet, it seems harmless. But in reality, it could be one of the biggest culprits behind joint pain and leg inflammation. Let's uncover it together. Part 3. Grapes. They look innocent, don't they? Small, juicy, bite-sized. Grapes seem like the perfect healthy snack, easy to eat, easy to love. But here's what most seniors don't realize. Those handfuls of grapes may be quietly working against your legs, your joints, and your overall mobility. Let's break it down. Grapes are packed with fructose, a form of natural sugar. While 1 or 2 grapes aren't a problem, it's easy to overeat them, especially since they're small and often eaten mindlessly. That's when the trouble begins. Fructose gets processed by your liver, not your muscles. When consumed in high amounts, it turns into fat and uric acid. And here's the issue. Excess uric acid tends to settle in the joints, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees. The result? That burning, aching sensation in your legs that sneaks in quietly after dinner. Or that sharp pain in your big toe that wakes you up at night. Maybe even that tight feeling in your calves that makes walking a little harder than it should be. And that's not all. Fructose also triggers inflammation throughout the body, especially dangerous in aging joints. You might notice your legs feel heavier after snacking, or that your knees are stiffer when you stand up. It doesn't happen instantly, but over time, the discomfort builds. Think of it this way. You're not doing anything wrong. You're choosing a healthy fruit, but your body has changed. What worked in your 30s and 40s isn't always right after 60. So what should you do? Start by cutting back the portions. Instead of filling a bowl, take just a few grapes, count them out if needed, and never eat grapes alone if you're sensitive to sugar. Pair them with nuts or a slice of cheese to help balance the sugar impact. Or better yet, swap them out sometimes for low-sugar berries like blackberries or raspberries. These options offer antioxidants without the sugar load, and they're much gentler on your joints and circulation. Coming up next, a fruit that feels like water, looks like a summer treat, and seems completely safe. But it might be one of the sneakiest triggers for blood sugar spikes and swollen ankles. Let's talk about watermelon. Part 4. Watermelon. It's juicy, refreshing, and feels as innocent as a glass of water. But if you're over 60, watermelon might not be as harmless as it looks. In fact, it could be one of the reasons your legs feel heavier after meals, or why stairs seem a little steeper lately. Let's start with the truth. Watermelon is over 90% water, but it also carries a very high glycemic index. That means it can raise your blood sugar levels fast, almost like candy. For younger bodies with fast metabolism and strong insulin response, this spike may go unnoticed. But for aging bodies, it's a different story. As we age, our insulin response slows and our circulation weakens. So when blood sugar jumps quickly, the body struggles to keep up. This leads to inflammation, especially in the legs and joints. You might not feel it instantly, but that afternoon slice of watermelon could be linked to the ankle swelling you notice by evening, or that nagging ache in your knees the next morning. And here's where it gets tricky, because watermelon doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't taste rich or sugary, so it's easy to eat a lot without realizing it. One slice becomes 2, then 3. Before you know it, your body's flooded with natural sugars that it can't process efficiently anymore. But that's not the whole story. Watermelon's sugar load can also cause fluid retention in some seniors. You might feel puffy. Your socks leave deep marks. Your legs feel tight even when you haven't been on your feet. That's not just aging. It could be your fruit bowl. So what can you do? You don't have to give up watermelon forever. But try to treat it like a dessert, not a daily snack. Enjoy it occasionally, in small portions, and always pair it with protein or fiber to slow the sugar absorption. Better yet, On hot days when you want hydration, reach for cucumber slices or infused water with mint and berries. They're just as refreshing and far gentler on your circulation. Next, we're taking a closer look at a fruit that's often praised for immunity and vitamin C. But for aging joints, it may be doing more harm than good. You guessed it, let's talk about oranges. Part 5. Orange. You start the morning with a glass of orange juice. It feels healthy, refreshing, and familiar, like something you've done your whole life. But here's the surprise. If you're over 60 and struggling with joint stiffness or leg pain, oranges may be quietly adding fuel to the fire. Let's talk about what makes oranges tricky. Yes, they're rich in vitamin C, and that's great for your immune system. But they're also packed with citric acid, a compound that can irritate sensitive joints, especially if you're already dealing with arthritis, inflammation, or stiffness. As we age, our joints become more delicate and the tissues around them more reactive. Acidic foods like oranges and orange juice can sometimes trigger low-level inflammation. You might notice it as morning stiffness in the knees, soreness after sitting too long, or that dull ache when getting out of a chair. It doesn't always feel like a direct connection, but over time, the pattern becomes clearer. And then there's the natural sugar. Orange juice, especially, contains a concentrated amount of sugar, even in just 1 cup. This can cause blood sugar spikes, which lead to inflammation throughout the body, including the legs. If your circulation is already slowing down with age, that sugar rush can make it harder for oxygen to reach your muscles and joints, leading to fatigue, swelling, or heaviness in the lower body. Now, none of this means oranges are bad. But it does mean they might not be the best daily habit, especially if you're waking up sore or noticing more leg discomfort than usual. So what can you do? If you love oranges, try switching to whole fruit instead of juice. The fiber helps slow down the sugar absorption. Better yet, enjoy them in moderation and don't have them on an empty stomach. Pair them with a handful of nuts or yogurt to buffer the acidity. Or consider replacing them with low-acid fruits like ripe pears or blueberries, which offer antioxidants without the acid punch. These are far gentler on aging joints and can still support your immune system without the side effects. Up next, a fruit that appears crisp and clean, often seen as the healthy choice. But inside, it hides 2 sneaky culprits that may be contributing to your leg pain. Let's talk about green apples. Part 6. Green apples. They look crisp, clean, and harmless. In fact, green apples are often seen as the healthier choice. Less sugar, more fiber, and packed with that tart, refreshing flavor. But if you're over 60 and dealing with unexplained leg fatigue or morning stiffness, this so-called healthy snack might not be as friendly as it seems. Let's uncover the hidden issue. Green apples contain a natural compound called malic acid, which gives them that sharp, tangy taste. For younger bodies, this acid can actually be helpful. But for aging joints and sensitive digestion, malic acid can be irritating, especially when consumed regularly. As we age, our gut lining becomes more delicate. This means acidic foods may not pass through as easily, and instead can cause subtle inflammation that radiates through the body. Some seniors notice tightness in the knees, discomfort in the hips, or even mild burning sensations in their feet, not realizing that their daily apple might be part of the reason. And while green apples taste less sweet than red ones, they still contain natural sugars. These sugars can cause blood sugar fluctuations, especially when eaten alone or late in the evening. That spike, followed by a crash, affects circulation, particularly in the lower legs. The result? Fatigue, swelling, or that dragging sensation after standing up or walking short distances. Here's the important part. Green apples aren't bad. But if you're eating them frequently, especially without pairing them with a source of protein or healthy fat, your legs may be feeling the quiet consequences. What can you do instead? Try swapping green apples for fruits that are less acidic and lower in sugar, like berries or ripe pears. Or if you still enjoy apples, try cooking them gently. This can reduce their acidity and make them easier to digest. Most importantly, don't eat them alone. Pair with nuts, yogurt, or cottage cheese to reduce the sugar impact and protect your joints. Coming up next, we'll explore a tropical favorite that's loved for its sweetness, but may be the biggest sugar trap of all, especially for aging legs. Let's talk about mangoes. Part 7. Mango. It's sweet, it's juicy, and it feels like a tropical treat straight from nature. Mangoes are one of the most beloved fruits in the world, and for good reason. But for seniors over 60, this seemingly harmless fruit could quietly be wreaking havoc on your legs, your joints, and your energy. Let's break it down. Mangoes are often praised for their vitamins, especially vitamin C and A. But the real problem? They are loaded with natural sugar, and not just a little. A single medium mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of soda. For younger, more active bodies, this sugar can be burned off quickly. But for seniors with slower metabolism and reduced insulin sensitivity, that sugar rush turns into a serious problem. It causes sharp blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes, and each spike can trigger inflammation, especially in soft tissues like your knees, ankles, and hips. What happens next? You may feel a burning sensation in your toes, a heaviness in your calves, or a strange swelling around your ankles by evening. These aren't just random discomforts. They're your body's way of saying, something isn't right. Even worse, mangoes are so soft and delicious that it's easy to overeat. One slice turns into half the fruit, then the whole fruit. The sweetness masks the damage, until your legs feel heavier, and simple walks become more exhausting. Now, let's be clear. Mangoes aren't poison, but they are a sugar bomb, and if your goal is strong, stable legs and better mobility, this is one fruit you'll want to enjoy with caution, or replace entirely. So what's the better option? If you're craving something creamy and rich, reach for avocado instead. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and it offers healthy fats that fight inflammation and support your joints rather than strain them. Or try berries, which satisfy your sweet tooth without the sugar crash. Remember, aging well isn't about giving up everything you love. It's about knowing what helps and what harms, and making smarter choices one bite at a time. In the next section, we'll shift the focus to the good news. The fruits that actually build leg strength, support circulation, and make you feel stronger day by day. Let's dive into the healing side of the story. Here's the good news. Not all fruits are harmful. In fact, some do the exact opposite. They fight inflammation, boost circulation, and help your legs feel lighter and stronger with every step. If you've been struggling with stiffness, swelling, or fatigue, these fruits may be exactly what your body has been waiting for. Let's explore the ones that nourish your joints, support balance, and bring real comfort, not just flavor. Ready to discover the fruits that heal instead of hurt? These next choices could be the turning point in your journey to staying strong and independent. Fruits to eat instead: help reduce inflammation, increase leg strength. Part 1. Cherries, the gentle pain reliever. Let's start with one of the most surprising allies for leg strength: cherries. Small, vibrant, and slightly tart, these fruits aren't just tasty. They contain anthocyanins, powerful compounds that fight inflammation at the source, especially the kind that affects your knees, ankles, and hips. If you've ever felt that nagging pain in your joints after a walk, or that burning stiffness in your toes at night, cherries might help soothe it. Studies show they can lower uric acid levels, making them a smart option for people who suffer from gout or joint flare-ups. But like all good things, moderation matters. Just a handful of cherries is enough to deliver the benefits without overwhelming your system with sugar. That's what makes them so valuable. They comfort the body quietly without triggering the problems some sweeter fruits can cause. So, if you're looking for a fruit that not only tastes good but actively works to reduce leg pain, cherries deserve a place in your routine. Think of them as a natural helper, small, smart, and surprisingly effective at keeping you on your feet, moving with ease. Part 2. Avocado, the joint's best friend. Now let's talk about a fruit that doesn't look or taste like your typical fruit. Avocado. Creamy, mild, and full of healthy fats, avocado is one of the most powerful foods for aging joints and muscle strength. What makes it special? First, it's packed with monounsaturated fats that help reduce inflammation deep within your body. That means less swelling, less stiffness, and more comfort when walking, climbing stairs, or simply standing up from a chair. Unlike sugary fruits that cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, avocado provides steady, sustained energy. No highs, no crashes, just balance. It also contains potassium and magnesium, two essential minerals for muscle function and leg strength. If you've been waking up with cramps or dealing with tired calves, avocado may help replenish what your body's missing. And here's the best part, it's so easy to enjoy. On toast, in a salad, or even just a few slices with a sprinkle of salt and olive oil. Avocado doesn't shout, it doesn't sparkle. But quietly, day after day, it builds strength, supports movement, and protects your independence from the inside out. Part 3. Papaya, the gentle healer. Sometimes the best support for your legs starts in your gut, and that's exactly where papaya shines. This soft tropical fruit is more than just sweet and juicy. It's one of the most gut-friendly fruits you can eat, especially as you age. Why does that matter? Because poor digestion and chronic inflammation often go hand in hand. If your body can't absorb nutrients properly, your muscles and joints suffer, and so does your mobility. Papaya contains a natural enzyme called papain, which helps break down protein and reduce inflammation in your digestive system and joints. It's also rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and antioxidants, all of which work together to fight off stiffness, swelling, and joint pain. Unlike acidic or sugary fruits that may aggravate inflammation, papaya is mild, soothing, and easy to digest. A perfect fit for older adults with sensitive stomachs. Enjoy it fresh in the morning, blended in a smoothie, or even chilled as a light snack. Each bite supports not only your digestion, but also your circulation, flexibility, and overall comfort. Think of papaya as nature's gentle healer. Soft on your body, strong in its benefits. As we've seen today, not all fruits are created equal, especially when it comes to protecting your legs, joints, and long-term strength. While some fruits may seem healthy on the surface, their sugar, acid, or inflammatory compounds can quietly wear down your mobility. But the good news is, now you know better. And when you know better, you can choose better. So what can you do starting today? Begin by simply noticing. Pay attention to how your body responds to the foods you eat. Swap out the hidden troublemakers, like pineapple, bananas, and grapes, for healing fruits like cherries, avocado, and papaya. These aren't drastic changes. They're small steps, but small steps done consistently lead to big results. And remember, this isn't about fear or restriction. It's about empowerment. It's about giving your body the right support to keep moving, to stay strong, and to live on your own terms. If this message helped you, please share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe for more gentle guidance on senior health. Take care of yourself, because you deserve strength, balance, and peace every single day.